It's one of Disney's most critically acclaimed films and is big a part of many kids' childhoods as a movie can be. The Little Mermaid is a magically fun film about love, undersea adventures, and mermaids. But the internet is no fairy tale world. And thanks to the creativity of so many fans, we've learned of some of the darkest theories about The Little Mermaid. Did you think the darkest part about the movie was the sea witch? Well, these theories may change that.
The solution to your problem is simple.
I'm Kyle with Wicked Binge, and these are dark theories about The Little Mermaid that will shock you more than the lightning that struck Ursula. Let's get started.
Oh, you're gonna love it.
Dingle hopper.
Ariel's voice is enchanted. It's a pretty common theme in mermaid folklore that the mermaids start to sing in order to lure in sailors, which, well, ultimately leads them to drown to death. While it's never explicitly shown in the movie, Reddit user Unleash the Ducks thinks Ariel has this power as well. According to this theory, this is the reason why Ursula is so determined to take her voice before she goes up on land. Ursula understands Ariel won't be able to attract Prince Eric without her voice.
What I want from you is your voice.
She had used this enchanted voice before, at least unconsciously, when she rescued him. This totally explains why Eric was so mesmerized by her song to the point where he was actually willing to marry Ursula as soon as he heard her using Ariel's voice. In the movie, Ariel never realizes she's enchanting Eric and just assumes it's natural attraction.
You're the one I've been looking for.
And since the script never addressed the issue, people don't find anything wrong with Eric falling in love with Ariel. But when you think about it, there's nothing natural about this. Just the dark manipulation tactic of the ancient siren song. Man, that kinda kills that classic Disney romanticism. Bummer. Triton sunk Eric's ship. Remember that before the end of the first movie, King Triton basically says that humans are always evil creatures.
Humans? What about humans?
He doesn't put any value on human lives, and it's pretty clear that he wouldn't think twice about killing people that could be a threat to Atlantica. Additionally, the sailors associate good weather with Triton being in a nice mood. This suggests that they have at least partially understood the reality of how Triton tends to wreck their ships, folklore or not. That's why it's so plausible that Triton conjured the storm that sunk Eric's ship. His ship was close to Atlantica, and it came very close to Ariel's grotto, which definitely raised the risk of being spotted by Triton. That's another reason why Triton was so angry at Ariel for saving Eric. She spoiled his plans.
I'm concerned about Ariel.
And if you think about it, this reinforces the theme of Triton's oppressive tactics driving Ariel closer to the surface world. Their relationship started when Ariel rescued Eric. She also gathers human relics from all the shipwrecks. Of course, this meant no good in Triton's eyes.
If this is the only way, so be it.
This theory explains something else as well. The graveyard of ships that Ursula summons during the climax of the film, well, these are just the physical remains of Triton's past victims that have all been submerged around Atlantica. Seriously, this guy is sinking ships like it's World War III. But when Eric kills Ursula, the king realizes that he's been murdering innocent people this whole time. Now he owes his life to one of the humans he once tried to kill. Turning Ariel into a human is his attempt at personal sacrifice and a clear message that he feels awful about trying to kill Eric before. You know, no hard feelings. Here's like my daughter. Vanessa was Ursula's original form. Wow, this is quite an elaborate theory, but it does change your perception about the whole story, so let's jump straight in and see where we end up. According to some sources, Ursula was Triton's sister, at least according to early conceptions and also various literary versions of the Little Mermaid story.
They think they know everything.
Which is fair enough, but how could she be half octopus instead of a regular character like her brother? Easy, it's the dark magic that corrupted her. Before she had 8 legs, she had only a fin, just like Triton and the others, but she wanted a lot of power in order to rule the whole ocean. There was just one thing standing in her way. Her brother Triton was on the throne.
I fortunately know a little magic.
Since Triton had more power than her, she had to find darker ways to become the ruler of the ocean. Soon enough, she understood that the best way to accomplish this was to turn the merfolk into those gross little slug things. Every deal she made gave her some additional power, In the end, she did get magic and the potential to overthrow Triton, and all the dark power corrupted her. So, over time, she turned into an octopod. Triton wasn't stupid though. He caught on quickly and banished her. She was isolated for at least 20 years, so she had enough time to collect new victims. So by the time of the movie, Ursula gathered enough power to overthrow Triton. Ursula was just waiting for the right moment. But this theory doesn't just state that Ursula was Triton's sister and her use of dark magic corrupted her, turning her into an octopod. It also suggests that Vanessa was the original form of Ursula. Now, just look at Vanessa's appearance. She may not look a lot like Ariel, but she does look similar to some of Ariel's sisters. Her face shape reminds people of Aquata and Adrena, and her hair is more similar to Atina and Arista. Aunts should be, at least in some ways, similar to their nieces, right? Do you see a family resemblance? Let us know. Ariel's sisters have different moms. Regardless of the points of the previous theories, some people have pointed out that Ariel's sisters look very different from one another. Have you ever wondered why this was the case? This bizarre theory explores the fun topic of mermaid reproduction. Yeah, you heard that right. Someone took the time to apply some rigorous biological scientific thinking just to understand the genetic makeup of Disney's animated mermaids. But that's okay, it's just another day in the amazing world of internet fan theories. Anyway, it all starts with the obvious. The merfolk have the human parts on top and the fishy parts on the bottom. So, it follows that their reproductive organs are among the fishy parts below the waist. And if these organs are fishy parts, they must reproduce like fish.
I knew it!
Indeed, that sounds like some hardcore 19th century scientific breakthrough thinking, but this still doesn't explain Ariel's sister's looks. Now, fish reproduce by spawning once a year. The males fertilize the eggs that have been laid by the females, and soon enough, the little baby fish will hatch. And merfolk are biologically no different. Females lay eggs, males fertilize. Easy enough, right? Good, there's a test later. Well, this doesn't factor in that merfolk are half human, meaning that they are a highly social species. And the merfolk society has a patriarch, and that patriarch is King Triton. According to this theory, since he's at the top of the hierarchy, Triton has a harem of highly desirable females ready for reproduction. And according to the theory, the females go to a private royal spawning ground to lay their eggs. Which brings us to the thesis of this theory. Because a single male fertilizes the eggs of different females, all the daughters have different features, and all of Ariel's sisters have different mothers. The Little Mermaid endorses classism. Dark political theories on The Little Mermaid, anyone? We got one. Reddit user The Last Grasshopper claims the concept of the sea in The Little Mermaid represents upper class ideas. The song, Under the Sea, paints the landers as poor slaves that try to steal all the riches in the sea. And even the poor people under the sea aren't actually that poor. They are still part of the upper class. For example, servants, not commoners. The song, Part of Your World, shows how Ariel knows absolutely nothing about the surface. Apparently, the only stuff that she knows comes from a crazy seagull. Similarly, we can draw a comparison to how some rich people think they know how life works for the middle class and poor people, but in reality, they haven't got a clue, because they don't have any shared experiences with them.
What? What is it?
It's a dingle.
And remember, when she gets her voice taken by Ursula to get on land, this represents how someone wealthy wants to blend into poor surroundings, or just chooses to pretend to be poor, but they aren't actually able to properly do it. They over-exaggerate as they don't have any experience of being poor and what it's like. But at the same time, just look at Ursula. She flaunts her sea credentials with what's basically a siren song to show that the poor land dwellers are nothing more than simple gold diggers. In the same fashion, the end of the movie shows Ariel renouncing all her wealth to live with the poor. The Little Mermaid destroyed a kingdom's economy. While we already got a dark political theory down, let's throw an economic one into the bucket of grim ideas too. Reddit user Stuffy Sears realized that when Ariel became human and married Prince Eric, there's no way she would allow the people to continue any of the fishing activities. I mean, her best friends were a crab and a fish after all. She just couldn't risk the chance of catching anyone from her family or her friends from the sea.
You won't tell him. I won't tell him.
You can clearly see that the people were fishermen. For example, in the kitchen when Louis prepares dinner, there is crab and fish and seafood everywhere. The theory uses an argument that goes beyond the first movie. Basically, in the straight-to-video sequel, they build a wall around the kingdom that blocks the ocean to protect Ariel's daughter, Melody. This creates a situation where not only can the fishermen stop fishing, but the traders aren't able to preserve the important connections with other kingdoms all over the sea. In that movie, the kids say they don't like Melody because she's weird, but actually, the part of their reaction might come from the fact that so many people lost their jobs because of Ariel and Melody. There must have been some resentment towards them. I mean, for all we know, Ariel could have caused a famine, economic recession, or a depression. I mean, yikes. But what do you think? Do you think any of these dark theories about the Little Mermaid make sense? Let us know in the comments section below, and let us know if you have any theories of your own. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. But most importantly, stay wicked.